How do you keep your for sale home safe? There's a lot of things coming down the pike right now, things to be aware of, especially if you leave the house or the house is left vacant or what have you. And obviously there's a lot of things you can do. And to keep that in mind, there's many more things that are available than what I will be talking about. Let me see if I can pop this over here for you. Cameraman, please. All right, how to keep your property safe. Where there's a will, there's a way. And especially in the summer when kids are bored, they're going to do things that are kind of fun and to keep themselves from getting bored. So, gone are the days that they build bike ramps and hang out and watch TV and play the Atari. Nowadays, they get bored and sometimes kids do stupid stuff, right? So your house is on the market. What do you want to do to make sure nothing happens? Well, first of all, out of sight, out of mind. If there's anything of value, anything of value, put it away, put it in the box, tuck it away, get it gone, and then you don't have to really worry about it. Now, it's not saying anything about somebody coming in and rummaging through all your boxes that you have stored in the garage. However, locks keep thieves honest. Learned that in boot camp, because if you keep your foot locker locked, you have nothing to worry about. If you leave it open, people will rummage through it. So whatever you have of value, keepsakes, jewelry, guns, anything, put it away. If you want to show it off, it's a good chance that it might get stolen, right? Something small that might be worth something to you. I don't know, SD card, anything, jewelry, put it away, make it gone. The last thing you want to have happen is for free hands to walk through and all of a sudden something's gone. What do you do, right? So on the outside, a lot of things you can do with smart lights and floodlights. I just had my house painted and I wanted to make sure that the lights are on. I have to go get a motion sensor flood lamp for the front still. And that's easy. It's like, $20, pop one on, and it's just anytime somebody walks through, it makes them realize. And here's the thing, path of least resistance. If somebody's casing out your house and they decide they're going to sneak into your house while you're gone and a floodlight pops up, well, they're going to take off. They're going to leave, right? They don't want people watching what's going on. Real thieves will go in and take whatever they want anyway. Not much you can do about that except for cameras. Outdoor security cameras, right? You want to have cameras pointing at all directions, even in your backyard, because you never know who's going to come in and do that kind of thing. What are some HD outdoor camera options? Well, there's a ton of them on the market. Whatever works for you. If you're using the Amazon Prime Alexa system, you can do that. You can do Arlo. You can do all these Ring. We have all sorts of different options today. If you use it, right? Professionally monitored security system. We have an alarm system on our house. We've had it for a long time, never had any issues, but about 10, 11 years ago, we had a kid that was walking through the neighborhood and he broke into a couple houses. So we got the alarm system. And yeah, you can get no contract systems, which means that it's all based on you and your iPhone, and you get to look at your smartphone and you get to look at whatever options are out there. The other thing is keep an eye on your neighbors' houses, right? If you're out walking, make sure you have an option to let them come through and to keep an eye on your house. Hey, we're going to be gone for a few days. Keep an eye out. Can you help us with the garbage can? And then also, I don't have it here. Put it away. Timers on lights, right? Just put timers on lights and they go on and off, on and off. That means somebody that might be casing your house is looking for times that you go to sleep or times that you might leave the house or what have you. And that's the other thing. Leave your house, come back to the house at different times of the day, so that if somebody's casing your house, make sure that you keep them off balance. So if you go to work every day and you have to start at 9 o'clock, maybe leave at 7 o'clock one day, leave at 8 one day, leave at 8:30, right? And then come back at different times. And often, I know that sometimes you can't do it, but if you can, come home during lunch, but not at 12 o'clock. Come home at like 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock. And then people that are watching your house, might say, this guy, I can't get a beat on him. I can't figure out when they're going to be gone. So it's a good thing just to think about, right? And today, it makes it a lot easier for you to leave at certain times. My dogs love to take off and go to the park around 10. But I tell them like 11 because I want to spend an hour there and that's it. So they're always pushing me out, but I always leave at different times and I come back at different times. It just make it a part of a habit so that you leave and come back at different times, because a thief, a bad person, somebody that's casing your house might not see that, or they might see that and they're like, I don't know when he leaves, I don't know when he comes back. And it's beautiful because you work out of your house. Most people work out of their house today, or a lot of people do, and that helps keep your house safe. Now, if your house is vacant, I would definitely put cameras in there and keep your 911 number right there, really close hands, right? Cameras have motion detectors on it, and it'll alert you that somebody's coming into the house. So ask your agent to have scheduled showings so that you know that somebody's going to come in at 11 o'clock. And it could be 11:05, it could be 11:30, but it just depends. When you're working with a buyer and you're looking at 6 or 7 different houses, you have things set in order so you don't have to zigzag back around all of Silicon Valley. But you want to go in order, but sometimes they might just stay at a house a little bit longer than you intended, and then their schedule is messed up for the day. So just be pliable in that. That's it. Last thing I want to tell you is keep your valuables put away. Put them in a safe, put them in boxes, out of sight, out of mind. All right. Los Gatos house of the week is Mariposa Ave, and I like it because you're walking distance to Santa Cruz Ave, and this is a pretty little house. This is nice. It's 2,900 square foot. Wish it was my house. I wish I could live somewhere like this place. 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,900 square foot, built in 1948. Probably bought it for like $20,000 back then. Now it's worth $4.4 million. Let's take a look inside. Guys, this is a gorgeous house. Everything about it, look, meticulous, everything. I love it. Everything is telling you that this house is ready for you to move in. And that makes it attractive to buyers. And it just looks fresh, inviting. It's beautiful. Everything about it. Even though the tub might look dated, that's okay, because you're looking at something that has a little bit of style to it, a little more Tuscan style, I guess, even though it's a Spanish bungalow. But there you go. And then highs and lows for the week. By the way, we have 1,394 homes for sale, which is down from the peak of 1,431. And we have 335 price reductions. That's almost a quarter of the homes that are listed for sale right now have seen a price reduction. That means the market's slowing down. That's because we're March, April, May. We're out of the selling season, and these are the leftovers. So buyers, get your checkbooks ready, because now's the time to buy a house. Look at those houses. Some of the price decreased homes we'll get a flood of new buyers coming through, or old buyers coming back and saying, okay, let's talk turkey now, right? So, and the volume is down as well. Not as low as it has been, but it's 184 for the last 7 days. It's not so bad. So houses are still selling, guys. Keep that in mind. So this is the highest sold home in Santa Clara County, Forest Ave in Palo Alto. None of these are my listings. $9.8 million. And gorgeous home. I'm not a big fan of the dark look. Give me like this really actually showcases the house better. Probably would have taken a little bit further back, but that's just me. That's weird. All this wood detail stuff is kind of funky. Not really my style, but obviously it appealed to somebody with $10 million in their pocket. There you go. Let's see. Lowest sold home in Santa Clara County is $725,000. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 798 square feet, built in 1939. Not much to look at, but let's take a look anyway. Nice cracked driveway, detached garage, wood stove. Hope that's not at all. Original cabinetry in the kitchen. Yeah, that is an investor special. The one thing I could say is, well, it's 1/10 of an acre. No, it's pretty small. So I don't know. Maybe it's just for an investor, just to rent it out. It's the highest list price to sales price ratio. I think it was 30%, 130% over list price. This is Amelia Court in Cupertino. They bought it for the land, 6,600 square feet. Look, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. There's no reason why it should have sold for 2.6, but it did because people want to move to Cupertino, and they want to put McMansions on these little properties, little pieces of land. Wow, is that really? Okay. My internet's running slow. Yeah, everything. This is a teardown. This will be torn down and then put another $1 million onto it, and then you sell it for $1 million profit. Crescent Drive, Los Gatos. This is the lowest list price to sales price, which was 80.5%. There we go. And this was, no, yeah, 4.5 million, 4.6 million down to 3.7. Sometimes you think your house is worth something and it's not, because you're just waiting for the buyers to come in and you overpriced it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Remember, the buyers are the ones who decide what your house is worth. You might think your house is worth X, but at the end of the day, buyers come into your house and they look at 40 or 50 other houses. They might go through 10 or 15 actual houses, and they're going to decide if your house is worth them putting an offer on based on your price, condition, and the market terms, right? So there you go. 0.8 acres, 5-bedroom, 5-bath, 2,900 square foot home. Should have sold for 4.8. I could have told you if you sold it listed at 3.8, you would have brought the market really quick, but it sat on the market for 70 days and somebody got a great deal of $800,000 off. 700,000, $900,000 off list price. There you go. And here are the stats again: 9.8, 725, 130%, and 80% of list price. That one that we're looked at sold for 20% off market. There you go. All right. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'm Vito with Abatano. I'll see you out there.